The Polka Dotted Tiger. Deep in the lush green jungle, a baby tiger cub was born. But this was no ordinary tiger cub. Instead of the usual black stripes, his fur was covered in colourful polka dots. When his mother first saw him, she gasped, "Oh my, what unusual markings you have!" The other tigers gathered around, muttering curiously. They had never seen a polka-dotted tiger before. The cub tumbled over his big paws as he explored the den, oblivious to the adults' whispers. He batted playfully at a butterfly that fluttered by, his blue dots and pink dots flashing brightly in the sunlight. "What should we name this special cub?" asked his mother. "Let's call him Dotty," said one of the aunt tigers. The name stuck immediately. As Dotty grew bigger and stronger, he loved wandering through the jungle with his tiger friends, playing hide and seek in the tall grass. But sometimes the other tiger cubs would tease him. "Dotty's no tiger, he's a dotsy," they would laugh. Dotty would hang his head, embarrassed by his different markings. Now, that's not nice," Dotty's mother would scold the mean cubs. "Dotty is special." But Dotty didn't feel very special. He just wanted to be an ordinary tiger with regular black stripes. So one morning, Dotty decided to go on a quest. He would search the jungle for answers about his polka dots. "I'm going to find out why I look so different," Dotty told his mother bravely. She nuzzled him goodbye, wishing him well. Dotty wandered down a winding dirt path, past birds with brilliant feathers and monkeys swinging from vines overhead. The sunlight filtering through the leaves cast sprinkle-like shadows over Dotty's purple spots and orange spots. After a while, Dotty came across a clearing filled with flowers. Sniffing a nearby bush, he heard a small voice cry out, "Hey, watch it!" Dotty jumped back, startled. "Who said that?" A tiny snout peeked out from the leaves, followed by a spiky body, long tail, and wise yellow eyes. "I did," said the baby porcupine. "Oh, I'm so sorry," said Dotty. "I didn't see you there." "Clearly," said the porcupine, "you should always sniff bushes more carefully." He toddled out onto the grass, his brown quills blending into the dirt. "Say, haven't I seen you around the jungle before?" "I'm Dotty," said the tiger cub shyly. "Well, you certainly are dotted," laughed the porcupine. "Is that why you look so down? What are you doing out here anyway?" So Dotty explained his quest to learn why he had dots instead of stripes. I see," nodded the porcupine sagely. "Well, I may not know exactly why, but does it really matter? We all have things that make us different, like me and my pokey quills." He turned in circles, showing off his prickly back. Dotty sighed. "I suppose so, but the other tiger cubs still tease me. I wish I fit in." "Fitting in is overrated," said the little porcupine. "I like standing out. It makes life more interesting. Why be normal when you can be dotted?" Dotty had to smile at the quirky creature's outlook. "That's a good point." "Of course it is," said the porcupine proudly. "Now I really must be on my way. My mother is waiting for me back home." "Okay, thanks for your advice," said Dotty as the porcupine ambled off. The unexpected new friend had given Dotty food for thought. As Dotty trekked deeper into the jungle, he came up a giant tree, its branches thick with green leaves. He could hear a faint humming sound and spotted something colourful fluttering in the breeze. Curious, Dotty padded closer for a look. Dozens of vibrant butterflies were dancing through the air high above. In the centre sat an especially enormous butterfly with wings like rippling rainbows. She was humming a happy tune as she sunned herself. "Hello up there," Dotty called up politely to the giant butterfly. "Why, hello down there," she called back in a musical voice. "I don't often get visitors all the way up in my tree." She drifted down gracefully until she was eye level with Dotty. "My name is Bettina, and your stripes look lovely, darling tiger." "Oh, thank you," Dotty grinned. "But they aren't really stripes, they're polka dots. My name is Dotty." "Polka dots, pish-posh, same thing," said Bettina airily. "Now, what brings you all the way out here, Dotty dear?" So once again, Dotty explained his quest to solve the mystery of his unusual markings. "Well, I think they look marvellous," said Bettina, admiring his spots. Why question such fun colours and patterns? I chose my own wings, you know, she added importantly, stretching out her shimmery blue wings. You did? Asked Dotty, amazed. Oh yes, we butterflies can select our wing designs as we grow, customizing them. She spun, showing off their changing colours. When I was a little caterpillar, I knew I wanted to turn into the most beautiful butterfly ever. Wow, breathed Dotty. All the stunning butterflies alighting on the branches above seemed to bear out Bettina's claim. Indeed, Bettina smiled. Maybe you're meant to start a new polka dotted tiger lineage, a little jungle diversity. Now, would you like me to gather my friends and perform a dance for you? Oh yes, please, said Dotty eagerly. He watched, delighted, as Bettina and her fellow butterflies performed twirling acrobatics and dazzling aerial ballets in the dappled jungle light shining through the leaves. They were all so lovely and colourful. With a happy heart, Dotty eventually bid the butterflies farewell to continue on his quest around the jungle. He walked until the tall canopy overhead turned into open blue skies up above. Stretching before Dotty was a wide grassland dotted with scraggly trees. Suddenly, a pair of animals burst out of the brush. To Dotty's surprise, he saw it was two zebras, a mother and her foal. The baby zebra looked to be about Dotty's age. The two zebras spotted Dotty and slowed to a trot. "Hello there," called the mother zebra amiably. "Lovely day, isn't it?" "Oh yes," said Dotty, returning their friendly smile. "I'm Dotty. Do you live around here?" "We sure do," said the little zebra colt eagerly. "I'm Ziggy. Hey, how come you have spots? Shouldn't tigers have stripes instead?" "Hush now, Ziggy dear, don't be rude," his mother chided gently before turning back to Dotty. "You'll have to excuse my boy, but may I ask, what does bring you all the way out here?" Dotty found himself explaining yet again about being born unexpectedly dotted. "So I set off to discover why I look so different from ordinary tigers," he concluded. The zebras listened thoughtfully. Can't say I've got an answer for you," mused Ziggy's mother. "We don't know any polka-dotted tigers." "I still think stripes would look cooler," Ziggy muttered under his breath, earning a stern glance from his mother. Dotty felt his heart sinking yet again before Ziggy piped up. "But polka dots are kinda neat too. At least you really stand out, like my dazzling stripes." He frisked in circles, showing off his black and white patterns. The zebra mother laughed heartily. "Indeed, zebras' patterns are quite eye-catching. The herd's all mixed together, you see, so we need to be able to recognize our own families. Our stripes and colouring helps differentiate us." "Wow," said Dotty, studying their unique stripes. "I guess that makes sense." No two zebras' patterns were quite alike, he realized. "So maybe your little spots make you extra special," said Ziggy's mother kindly. "They help you stand out. I'm sure the other tigers won't confuse you for anyone else." Dotty smiled slowly. "Yeah, I guess that's one way to look at it." After the zebras said their goodbyes, promising to graze in this part of the savannah more often, Dotty wandered on. He came to Strolling River, its water glinting golden in the lowering sunlight. On the far bank lounged a magnificent lion, his huge mane framing his broad face. As Dotty walked tentatively closer, the lion gave him a friendly blink of greeting. "Hello, young fellow," rumbled the lion pleasantly. "It's not often a tiger comes all the way out here. To what do I owe the pleasure?" Timidly, Dotty explained yet again about his quest to solve the mystery of his unexpected polka dots. The lion listened closely, then nodded slowly when Dotty finished. "A fine quest indeed, though in my experience sometimes the real answers lie not in what we seek out, but what we find along the way." He tilted his large head, studying Dotty's colourful spots. I've seen many tiger cubs over the seasons, yet none quite so vividly patterned as yourself. But difference can be a gift. Your markings make you distinctive. They show you walk your own path." Dotty thought back to all the hospitable creatures he'd encountered that day, each special and unique in their own way. Maybe the lion and his other new friends were right. Maybe his dots made him who he was. Seeing Dotty was deep in thought, the lion continued gently. Go proudly as your own tiger. Your worth lies not in conforming, but in the kindness and character you show. Humbly accepting this wisdom from the Lion King himself, Dotty dipped his head. Thank you, sir. After the lion wished him well, Dotty turned to head for home as the sun sank low behind the trees. When Dotty padded back into the tiger's clearing, he found his mother pacing anxiously. Dotty, there you are! I was so worried when you wandered off all day without telling me where you were going. She covered him in fierce, relieved licks. I'm all right, Mother, Dotty reassured her, squirming out of her grasp. And I met all sorts of amazing jungle animals out there. Eagerly, he told her about his adventures with the porcupine, butterflies, zebras, and lion, describing everything he'd seen and learned. His mother listened, amazed. It sounds like you had quite a journey. I'm glad it helped you feel better about your special Dots, dear. She nuzzled him lovingly. Just then, Dotty noticed the other tiger cubs emerging from the grass, watching him and whispering curiously amongst themselves. Taking a deep breath, Dotty turned and walked right up to them. Hi, guys. Want to play tag? The other cubs glanced at each other in surprise at Dotty's suddenly confident manner. Then one cub grinned. You're on, Dotsy! It's Dotty, Dotty corrected him cheerfully. And you'd better start running, 'cause I'm it. He leapt forward to tap the nearest cub, then dashed away light-heartedly. He felt all his old embarrassment and self-doubt seemed to float off his dotted back. The tiger cubs spent the evening romping around in high spirits, the jungle air filled with their playful roars and giggles, and Dotty led the pack every step of the dotted way.